all are aware of what happened on campus last year.
I'm not.
Great, look it up. It was just involving LGBTQ members of the community feeling unsafe with rhetoric that's being shared.
Like if you're a biological man and someone says, hey, what's up, dude?
More of like there's students on campus that are living in communities where they don't feel safe because of rhetoric explaining that transphobia isn't accepted. So how do you think free speech impacts everybody in community?
Yeah, I mean, the idea that if somebody looks at a man and calls him a man, that they're suddenly unsafe because they've created a false reality in their own head. Yeah, I don't abide by that. I had a stalker who had suffered from schizophrenia, and he very much believed that he and I were in a relationship, and he would send me about 100 emails a day, okay? In the world of what you believe in your own head now needs to be accepted as reality, I would have had to marry him and raise my children with him. And me saying that this person needs to stay away from me and my family because there's something wrong with him and he was threatening to kill me if I didn't, raise my child with him, that was reality. The left is trying to make it seem that people who see reality for what it is are demented and are creating unsafe territory, and that's not the truth. In fact, what I think is unsafe territory is for people to be affirmed in their delusions. They wouldn't follow you around and say, hey, you're a male, totally fine, go live your life as you want to live your life. But when you say that the way that you live your life now has to impact me and I have to pretend that I see a woman when clearly you are a man, I shouldn't have to play that game. That's all. Thank you very much.
Are it and they.
So I want to make sure that we abide by the new YouTube policies, whatever gender identity they identify as, we have to call them that, and that wasn't it. You heard it say my pronouns are it and they. What happens when trans influencers start complaining about a lack of gender roles?
I feel like a lot of boys need to start being boys, though.
I'll agree to that.
Like when it comes to like the male roles, because a lot of like men nowadays are expecting princess treatment, and it's like, okay, well, I want that energy just as bad as you do.
I want off this planet. We all want off this planet. This one is entitled "Why I Wish I Was Gay." Ready?
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter how beautiful, loyal, nurturing, sexy, witty, smart, or altruistic you are. He will still take you for granted. Oh, that's the end of the poem. That was
that's it? That's the whole poem?
Yeah, that's the whole poem.
Oh, well, I just wanted it to continue because I was so captivated by it.
Yeah. I'm going to read you the next one because this is actually, it's deeper.
Okay, hit me. Hit me with it.
This one is called 7, the number of completion. I hate men. 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 I hate men.
Well, I just want to say, Candace, that the poem is beautiful, but I also want to commend you on your performance of it, which I thought was...
When I got to the third I hate men, something happened for me.
I could tell that it did.
Was a homosexual man whose best friend was a pedophile. That is absolutely a fact, and you should have been able to garner that really just from what he spoke about, what he wrote about. You can obviously understand the themes of children and sex. He was obsessed with it almost. He introduced concepts of children being sexual at birth, psychosexual development theory, the seduction theory, all surrounded around children. He had a very strange relationship with his best friend, Wilhelm Fleece, who sexually abused his own son, Robert Fleece. How do we know this? Candace, where are you getting this fact that wasn't introduced to me via the public education system? Well, I want you guys to look up this scholar. His name is Dr. Jeffrey Masson, and he was the project director for the Sigmund Freud archives. He was on pace to become the director. He decided to learn German so that he could go through all of those Freud archives, and then he was quite disturbed by what he discovered. He said, wait a second, Sigmund Freud is covering up for his pedophile friends.